Hello everyone and welcome to another installment of Slammin Synapses right here on Facebook and YouTube. This segment will be submitted for possible inclusion to the PW Insider family of websites. That's pwinsider.com, pwinsiderelite.com, and pwinsiderextra.com. Like I said many times before, the paid site is a great paid site to go to. Lots of great audio, lots of great video. On the site this week there's an interview with Rudy Boy Gonzalez, who helped out Shawn Michaels Wrestling School. And you would want to check out their site for other news information as well. So yeah, go check them out. If you're viewing me through YouTube, you'll see a subscribe button up here. Click on that. Keep up to date with the ongoings here at Slam Synapses. If you want to drop me a comment, you'll see a box below for that as well. Take advantage of it. Like I said before, if you have a phone, many ways of doing that too. So we're going to jump right into it. I did have a couple of topics I was going to go into. I might throw one of those out. May stick with one that I planned, but I'm going to go into Raw a bit. Now, the show itself was good. It was okay until we got to the final segment. To the we're gonna vote whether we want to give confidence to Triple H as COO of WWE. Now, for the people that came out, like for instance with the Divas, I was surprised to see there were more than 4. Because TV this past month has been consisted of nothing but Kelly, Beth Phoenix, Natalya, and Eve. I haven't seen many of the other women on the show. And most of the people that came to ringside, in addition to some faces you may know already, were people that's never been on Raw and never been on SmackDown. And if they haven't been on in ages. They've been on their feeder shows like Superstars, NXT, things of that nature. But most of these people I'm looking at, it's like, who are you? You look vaguely familiar, but who are you? If I had to vote something no confidence, I'd be like, Triple H, I'm on your roster, but I'm not getting used. I mean, forget about unsafe work environments. This is wrestling. But it's like, I'd be complaining about, Hunter, I'm on your roster. I'm never used. And if I am used, I'm using these dark matches that no one ever sees. It's like if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to see it. Or in this case, if I'm wrestling on a WWE card and there's no one to watch me know I'm there, do I ever really exist to make a sound? It's just amazing. So yeah, if I had to vote no confidence, I'd be like, it's like, you're not using me. Why should I have confidence in you? It's like I work for you, but I'm not getting used. Or not used in a way that people could see me and acknowledge me. It's just amazing. That would get my vote no confidence right there. But when you look at most people that were mouthpieces out there, people like Beth Phoenix and Christian and things of that nature, there's people that beat the crap out of people without even thinking about it. So this whole thing of, this is an unsafe work environment. I don't know. Looking at the SmackDown spoilers, from reading those, I'm thinking to myself, okay, so WWE COO has control of just Raw. His power doesn't go to SmackDown, doesn't go to NXT, doesn't go to Superstars. It just exists on Raw. You could go someplace else in the hierarchy and you'd be fine, but on Raw, it really made no sense. So as Triple H, I can only do Raw. I'm WWE COO. I can only touch Raw. Can't touch SmackDown. Can't touch NXT. I can only touch Raw. It's a sad state of affairs when it's like, okay, it's like when your shows are promoting the fact that Raw is the most important thing. Check out my previous segments. There's a thing that I put up. Like I said, it's not Slammin Synapses related, but it's titled An Open Letter to WWE about the WWE Network. Let's go look at it. Make you think. Also, the most interesting thing about Raw is after watching the footage from Hell in a Cell, I really didn't watch a pay-per-view, didn't have any desire to, but it's like for John Cena got beaten down the way he was, for Alberto Del Rio got beaten down the way he was, for CM Punk to get beaten down the way he was, the only person that was selling anything was CM Punk. I mean, John Cena came out, it's like, nothing happened to me last night. Alberto Del Rio came out, It's like nothing happened to me last night. I got beat within an inch of my life, but I'm coming out here doing a little dance, doing a little salute, doing da 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 da, going I'm Alberto Del Rio. It's like sell. Check out my other segment, The Art of Selling. Goes into psychology. People need to realize what being a wrestler is all about. And psychology is one of them. Because if you don't have that, no one's going to buy it. It's like why am I to believe that The Miz and R-Truth are a threat if they beat some guy down within an inch of their life, and the next day those same people are just coming on there like, oh, nothing happened. If an angle happened on a wrestling event and not that many people saw it, did it really happen? I just find it fascinating that for all the action, for all the drama that happened on the pay-per-view the night before, no one was selling anything. That's sad that it's come to that. So, this is one of the, I've said before, this is one of those reasons I try to keep my hair short. Keeps me from pulling it out. But yeah, it's just amazing that in looking at the SmackDown spoilers and looking at Raw and looking at the pay-per-view, it's like, where is the logic chip in WWE Creative's database computer? Because it doesn't seem to be existent on there. From, okay, we're going to use Nash to get Punk over, a person that hasn't been relevant in years, to, okay, Hunter only has power for Raw, you could go to SmackDown and be safe, to, okay, I got beat up by two guys with lead pipes, beating up senseless, and I'm coming out the next day as if nothing happened. Like I said on my previous segment, The Art of Selling, it's like, you look at Ricky Morton, for instance, he got beat up big time. He's coming out with bandages. He's got things on his eye. He's got things around his ribs, and it's like every little thing he does was showing that he was hurt and injured. But nowadays, it's like, what are they doing to show they're hurt? Nothing. It's just, I don't know. Triple threat match. Going off to a different topic here. One of the topics I'm going to discuss today may fit in the other one, but triple threat matches. At first, when I saw them, they were okay. It's like, wow, this is something different. But now you had a Hell in a Cell match headlined by a triple threat. Oh my, first time ever. Need I remind you about this 6-man Hell in a Cell for the WWE Championship that had Undertaker, Austin, The Rock, Rikishi, Steve Austin, Triple H, Kurt Angle. I think I might have repeated the name there. But there were 6 men Hell in a Cell for the title. Why is a triple threat match that out of the ordinary? Why is that such a big deal? When we've got 6 guys, all 6 main event names, headlining a show for the title in Hell in a Cell. I don't know. But to get back to the point of what I'm trying to say here is triple threat matches, when I first saw them, ECW made them like an art form. But nowadays, whenever I think of the words triple threat match, I automatically cringe. Because if the champion's in it, odds are he's not going to get pinned. If the title gets lost, it's not going to be because someone pinned the champion. It's going to be because someone else got beat. Also, with triple threat matches, you tend to see not all 3 men in the ring at the same time. You see 2 people wrestle, one of them just got beat up so bad, they're outside sleeping. Then when it comes time, he comes in, another person goes out, they take a nap on the floor. It's like, it's not really a triple threat match for the most part. It's just, okay, we have 2 people in the ring, and then when one gets worn out, we just throw him out and bring the other one. It's like a tag team match for the most part. Just they're not tagging. So yeah, whenever I see a triple threat match, I'm cringing because, okay, if it's a championship match, champion's not going to get pinned. If it's a triple threat match, you're not going to see all 3 guys in the ring at the same time. If it's a triple threat match, it's a crutch that most people use to say, oh, we don't know what to do with 2 people. We're going to put 3 people in there that we can't do anything with. Or don't know how to do things with. I remember when things were just one-on-one, and I do remember where we had tag team matches that were tornado style, when all men were in the ring at the same time. But triple threat matches just don't have the appeal that they once had, because people were either thinking, okay, someone's not going to, it's like, there's not going to be a clean finish for the most part because the champion's not getting pinned, or there's going to be a case where one person's taking a nap outside and you don't see them for 10 minutes. Triple Threats lost its luster. ECW mastered it, made an art form out of it, but then it just became kind of, I don't know, just became a crutch. It's like, no, it's like, we can't have this guy lose clean, so we'll put someone else in his place. I don't know. I really don't have anything to say about that. Or nothing intelligent I can say about that, because there's nothing intelligent to say about that. Just makes me go goofy. So yeah, you gotta sell. If you're a wrestler, sell. Reiterating the points that I made in the art of selling. It's like if you're a wrestler, sell what happened. Otherwise, no one's gonna buy it. If you're doing a vote of no confidence, at least have storylines that lead up to it. Because this seems like way too rushed, way too sped along. Because there really hasn't been that much on shows to indicate that there's been a problem. I mean, granted, Miz and R-Truth came down. They were supposedly fired. There's a previous segment that I posted with regards to, okay, say if you were fired from your job, can you honestly go back to your workplace and do stuff in it? I dare you. Once again, I'm throwing this dare out to you. If you've ever got fired from a job, go back there. I dare you. Go back, do the same things that you did before you were fired. So if you're like in retail, putting up clothes, I dare you to go back, start putting up clothes. If you were doing price checks, go back to the office, grab a gun, start doing price checks. If you worked on an assembly line, go make some pipes or something. If you were fired from those places, go back to your workplace and say, I'm here to do the job that I was doing before I was let go. Do you think they let you do it? No, they would not. They wouldn't. Why? Because you're fired. I mean, granted, they finally put some logic and had them arrested, but yeah, you're not working for us. You're fired. F-I-R-E-D. Fired. Fired. Can you tell? Can you just tell everything's just like, today? I used to think that WWE booking was more solid. But yeah, there's no competition, so why should they work hard? Why should they work hard to get the product over? Because there's no competition. When there was competition, everything was on point. It's like everything made sense for the most part. Everything was like, oh, it was tight, it was integrated. It actually had some sense to it. But now that they don't have anyone to fight against, there's nothing to compare it to, and there's nothing to say, oh, maybe we should do this better. No matter what I could say, no matter what someone like CM Punk would say, no matter what a lot of experts will say, kind of falls on deaf ears. Like I said on previous segments, like I said on that open letter WWE Network, I had a friend who ran a comic book shop. He wasn't the boss. He was an employee to his customers. That's what made him successful. Because he realized that role. He listened to what his public was saying. And he didn't answer with arrogance. And that's why people kept going back. And that's why people wanted to do business with him. That's why people felt it was like a home type environment to go to. Because he knew his audience, he listened to him, and he responded. And his business was successful as a result of it. WWE, take notes there. So, I think that's it for today. On next week's segment, I'm going to talk about 2 pay-per-views similar in nature, but very different. That's the Hell in a Cell that WWE puts on, and Lockdown from TNA. That's going to be on next week's segment. That will do. I may do one between now and then, so stay tuned. Probably a non-wrestling related one. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Always think pink. Support the women in real life. Have hope for a cure there. That's my big thing every month, every October. So you may hear this on the wrestling things as well. So I thank you for giving me that time. And like I said, if you want to drop me a comment, feel free to do so. If you want to drop me an email, do so at aguri@yahoo.com. You can find me at Facebook at my name as well. And if you want to join my Facebook group called I Love TV, feel free to do so. If you are a fan of the visual medium like I am, I think you'll have fun there. So until next time, this is Albert Gray for Slammin Synapses. Thanks so long from ringside. Have a good day. See you later. Good night, everybody.